Okay, so here are some examples on on how to use your area verbs. Okay, the first thing you have to make sure is that you recognize the subject. Okay, so look at this sentence. Mary works in Kansas. Okay, so your subject is Mary. You know is she, and to work is trabajar, right? And when you conjugate this verb for she, for ella, you have to pitch the AR and add an A. And then you write the rest of the sentence. So in this case, it will be ella trabaja, because once again we are talking about, Mary. Once again we are talking about her, right? About she, right? So Mary trabaja en Kansas. Okay, let's do another example. Juan and I study math. Okay, on this, if you have to recognize the subject in this sentence, you know that Juan and I is going to be the subject, right? And that's, if you have to substitute it for a pronoun, it will be we. So the ending for your a verb that goes with we, the ending it will be amos. To study is estudiar, which you will pitch the AR and add AMOS, so it will be estudiamos, and then the rest of the sentence. So this sentence, when you translate it into Spanish, putting all the pieces together, it will be Juan and Juan y yo estudiamos matemáticas. Okay, how do we put a sentence in negative? Okay, it's the same thing that we did with el verbo ser, and the same thing that we are going to do with every single negative sentence. You're just going to put no in front of your verb. Okay? So let's take, for example, the sentence that we did above. You have Juan y yo estudiamos matemáticas. If I wanted to put this sentence in negative, this is your verb, right? So you will put no in front of your verb. So it will be Juan y yo no estudiamos matemáticas. Okay? How about interrogatives? What have we learned about interrogatives or questions when you want to make a sentence into a question? Okay? Or when you want to ask questions. Okay, the first thing you do is put your question mark, right? Upside down question mark. Then your verb. Then your subject, if you so, if you so desire, and then the rest of the sentence. So look at this sentence. Um, María trabaja en Kansas. If I ask you to put this sentence in interrogative, the first thing you will do will be your upside down question mark, then your verb, in this case is trabaja, then your subject, María, and then the rest of the sentence, in Kansas. Now what if I want to ask you, do you study math? Let's do this. Do you study math? I said, okay, we'll translate this question into Spanish. Okay, well, the first thing you're gonna do is put your question mark. You know that to study is estudiar, right? So that's to study. But it's asking you, do you study? So I will put that, I will eliminate the AR and put AS because that is the ending that goes for you, for do. So you have your question mark and then you have to put your verb. That's the order of the question, right? So you put estudias. But sometimes in Spanish, when you see the ending of the verb, you know that the subject is to. So there's a lot of people that are not gonna write to there. Okay? Estudias tú matemáticas. Or like I said, some people are gonna eliminate the two and just say estudias matemáticas. Now, when someone asks you, do you study math? When you answer, of course, you're not gonna say, yes, you study math. You say, yes, I study math. So if I was to answer this question, I will either say, sí, yo estudio matemáticas, or if I don't, which actually I don't. No, yo, no, no, always in front of the verb, estudio matemáticas. Okay, so some of the things that you always have to keep in mind, okay, when you conjugate, when you are writing sentences and you have to put your verbs in the right conjugation, always the first thing is look at your subject, identify, you have to identify subject, right, your subject, okay, right, and then just conjugate the verb according to your subject. Okay? And that's about it. It doesn't really um, have any more science than all that. So if you have any questions, you know where I am, and I'll be happy um, to help you. See you later. Don't forget to put the subject here. Sorry. Okay. Bye bye now.